We are influenced greatly by what we hear and see in our daily lives. That's why we are focusing more on positive thinking, motivational, and inspirational stories in our channel. All of us wants to grow and achieve big things in life. However, sometimes we are unsure of how to proceed. Let's learn from the people who made it already. Today, let's see a success story of Joe Gerard. But who's he? Many of you have this question, isn't it? For 12 consecutive years, he was recognized as the world's best salesperson by the Guinness Book of World Records. But what made Gerard a successful salesman? Is it because he had a strong educational background in sales? No. Perhaps his father was a successful businessman who helped him to become a great salesman? Of course not. Then, why was he more successful than others? Let's find out from this small story. Welcome to Fable Mind, a treasure trove of inspirations. Before we start today's video, I have a small request for you. Many of you watched my video but missed subscribing to my channel. If you can do it, it means a lot to me. Thank you. Born in Italy, Joe Gerard migrated to United States. His father's financial situation was not stable. To support his family, he started working at the age of 8. Despite this, he managed to attend elementary and high school, but he was not able to continue his education after his 11th grade. Over the years, he worked as a paper boy, dishwasher, delivery boy, stove assembler, home building contractor, and many other jobs. When he was 30, he got married. Even at that time, he didn't have a proper job. One day, when he returned home on Christmas Eve, he found his wife and kids were hungry because everything had been taken by bank. On that day, he decided he would not let his children and wife suffer from hunger no matter what happened to him. Gerard wondered, how can I make money without investment? He was thinking for a long time. Suddenly, he remembered one of his closest friends working at the car dealership as a sales representative. So he went there. However, his friend refused, saying he could not help. Gerard couldn't imagine his friend would refuse him. Without any clue, he went to another dealership where he knew a manager. He told the manager, "My friend rejected me and I don't understand why." The manager explained that Gerard would reduce their share of walk in traffic if he hired him. Gerard said he's not interested in competing with other salesmen for their share of walk in traffic. He will go outside and find his own customers. Somehow, he convinced that manager and got the job there. It was difficult to find the customer in walk in traffic. He grabbed yellow pages and started calling random numbers. But do you know what? Getting customers was too difficult with this approach too. Gerard worked very hard to support his family. His only aim was to ensure that his family did not go hungry. We all know sales jobs are not easy. To make customer believe in you, they must have lots of patience and convincing skills. Even to buy a dress, customers look for lots of reviews. When it comes to the car, you can imagine how tough it is. One day, he had to attend the funeral of his friend's mother. It was a Catholic funeral. Mass cards were given out to those in attendance. Gerard asked the funeral director how he knew how many mass cards has to be printed. The director told that the number of people attending a funeral always seemed to be average out of 250. Several days later, at a wedding, he asked the same question to the minister. The answer was about 250 on the bride side and 250 on the groom side. He got to know the basic idea is that most people have 250 people in their lives who would show up for their funeral or wedding. Of course, there are exceptions. Some have more, some have less, but the average seems to be 250. After having a deep thought, he realized that if he did the lousy job of selling a car to somebody, he would potentially lose 250 more customers. But more importantly, if he did a great job, he could gain 250 more customers. According to Gerard, building a strong relationship with his customers and treating them fairly would make his job easier over time. From that day onwards, he started collecting personal information about each customer, such as customer's name, birthday, wedding day, how many kids they have, kids' birthday, where he or she is working, and many other information. He would use that information to personalize his conversation with them. Every month, year after year, Gerard would send a handwritten personalized greeting card to every customer on their special days. Inside would be a simple message. He was careful not to include anything that might sound like a sales pitch. He sincerely cared about people and made them feel so special they couldn't wait to recommend him to their friends or relatives. Gerard's dedication to keeping in touch with his customers built a strong relationship between them. His customer would never even dream of buying a car from someone else. In fact, they would set an appointment to come to his dealership to buy from him. No matter what product or service you sell, when we start caring about your customer and build a good relationship with them, you can achieve anything. What you have learned from this story. Does this approach work only for sales? Not at all. Keeping in touch with people, greeting them on special occasions, and caring about them makes a huge impact on their life. I would like to know your experience if you have anyone in your life. Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll meet you next week.